Alright, everyone. I'm Nishant Puri and welcome to the Shower Thoughts podcast. Today I'm joined with Akshat and Anvesh. How are you boys?
Yeah, I'm good, dude. I'm good. How are you, man?
Yeah, same here. Nothing's going on.
Uh-huh.
Alright, then let's dive into our first segment, which is conspiracy theories. Today's topic is Princess Diana's murder.
All right, let's go.
Let's get it.
As you might have already known, on the night of 31st August 1997, something terrible certainly happened. Princess Diana was killed in a fatal car crash in Paris, and the effects would be felt around the world. But that is where the consensus ends. For some people, what happened that night wasn't simply a tragic accident. Instead, it was the result of some kind of conspiracy, conducted secretly by the agents of British state or something else. So basically, what happened was there were theories that Princess Diana was pregnant, or she was with a bodyguard. So there were claims that Diana was pregnant and that she was having affairs with a bodyguard. And some say the paparazzi made the car crash intentionally. What are your thoughts on it?
How does a paparazzi make the car crash intentionally?
Yeah, dude.
How is that even a possibility?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna read the article.
Okay.
This was the headline.
No.
It was a segment of the article. Photographers were blamed repeatedly and continue to be for Diana's death. The story caught on in part because it reflected a concern that had pursued Diana throughout her life, that the often prurient interest in her was causing her harm. This theory has three specific forms. The first alleges that the group of paparazzi chased and pushed Diana's Mercedes so that it could make the crash happen. The second argues that the members of the paparazzi encouraged an environment where a crash could happen. The third suggests that the paparazzi accidentally created a situation that conspirators exploited to kill the people in the car.
How do you push a car? Isn't the car already moving? How do you do
basically, that? Basically, the official investigation pointed out that the paparazzi aren't really a meaningful group. Though they do the same job, they generally compete with each other for the best photo. Many of them work for different companies and do entirely different jobs, with some working as professional photojournalists. And what happened on the night of her death was that there were crazy amounts of flashes, weird crazy amounts of flashes, reported by many witnesses, and many believe that this was the reason the car crashed.
Wait, if there are many witnesses, why is it a conspiracy then?
Yeah, exactly.
Because witnesses,
everybody would know. The paparazzi pushed the car. Bam, she died.
Yeah, because
All right,
because
1 second. So basically, she's having an affair with her bodyguard. Okay.
And then it was a conspiracy.
Yeah. So for that, the paparazzi are gonna kill her. But why the paparazzi?
No. Those are
Shouldn't the paparazzi like that kind of stuff?
These are very different conspiracies.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
To the same result, which is Diana's death. So basically, what happened was, people reported seeing flashes as the car head into the tunnel where it would crash. Flashes that were blamed for the crash itself. But the problem was that many people reported different flashes at different times from different places. There were a lot of flashes that night. The photographers were following the car and the light of the headlights of the vehicles, but none of them would appear to have been malicious or a part of a conspiracy.
Not gonna lie, ghosts and UFOs seem like more of a plausible reason than
That's the thing, yeah. I mean,
flashes from everywhere, going through a tunnel and everything. It makes a perfect scenarios for aliens.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of true. No, but then okay, fine. So you're telling me the paparazzi, they just what was their motive behind such a thing?
People say it was an accident, but a lot is not known.
Then how is it a conspiracy though?
And also another aspect of this conspiracy is that the love affair of Diana with her bodyguard wasn't gelling well with the royal family. They threw the bodyguard out, and
and relationship with him.
Reports show that they murdered him.
Oh, so no relationship.
No, but he must have, she was pregnant with his child, and to say the least. So was that the reason when they found out that happened, and then that's why they killed him? Because I think that's gonna happen.
Nobody knows yet. And there's
You can't just find out she's pregnant, though, right?
They must have. I mean, who knows? Maybe 3 or 4 months into pregnancy or something like that.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. No, but nonetheless, I don't really get it. See, I get the paparazzi, they're like completely behind their jobs. They want the best picture, best article to write down and everything.
Yeah, exactly. But not like killing worthy
this is like,
jobs,
yeah,
right?
This is like, I think maybe this is a case of them taking the job a bit too far, is what I think.
What I feel like, wouldn't they have taken her having an affair better than actually this happening? Like, that would be better news for them, right?
I mean, yeah, exactly. It would have been. But then again, you don't know.
Yeah, the British are the British. Okay, but there's another. People blame the driver to be drunk, but the toxicology report shows nothing of that sort.
See, that kind of makes sense because the British family doesn't want anybody to know the reason behind it.
Yeah.
So they
also
can falsify
a few months
records.
before. Yeah, and I was saving the best for the last. A few months before the tragic event took place, Diana was supposedly going to release a bunch of statements that would certainly put the royal family behind bars.
What do you have?
It's like a few
what are your thoughts on that?
Don't you think they would have taken care of her before only?
No, you can. You can think of now. This kind of makes sense because maybe it's the British. So I think the paparazzi are controlled by the royal family or something like that. Or the people who murdered her were supposed to be paparazzi, just in case if they were found, they could just claim to be false journalists and blame the death of her on them.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
And this didn't happen in England. It happened in Paris.
Oh. Okay, in Paris. All right. So then, no, that just...
I don't think location matters, though. They, at least...
No, it kind of does matter.
At that time, they had connections everywhere.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that is kind of true. So back then, there was no international law or anything regarding murder or something. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So...
Alright, so basically, the quote was... Are you guys ready for this? Yeah. It's a pretty interesting
All right.
The former bodyguard who she described as the greatest love she's ever had. It was all found out and he was chucked out. Then he was killed.
What?
I think he was bumped off. She said in the tapes. Conspiracy theorists took up that claim and suggested there was a mysterious driver who had apparently helped orchestrate the car crash.
Wait, I have a question. Did the driver die in the car crash?
Nope.
Okay, now that raises
that raises 32,000 questions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone was on it.
Yeah, exactly. Because how does a driver who's the most susceptible be alive?
Exactly.
You never know.
Maybe
the chances are. You gotta tell me, man.
Chances.
Is it just a theory? Do you think it's true?
I can't really say.
There's
not enough information.
See, the whole reason it's a conspiracy is because back then no one was allowed to investigate their own thing. They had everyone under their control. If it happened in today's day, you would see the murderer's face within 3-4 hours of the crash, and everyone will find out what happened. But yeah, dude.
Alright, now that we're done with our first segment, let's dive into our second segment, which is called Hot Headlines. Now, each of us are going to come up with a hot headline, and at the end of the segment, we're going to rate each other's headlines. Alright, Anvesh, are you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
My headline is UP farmer's son scores 98.2 in class 12. set to join top US university. In the article, it goes on to
Which one?
explain. What?
Oh, sorry.
Let him
Go
finish.
on.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
In the article, it goes on to explain how, because of his marks in the boards, which is 98.2, he is going to get a full ride to his dream college, which is Cornell, which is an Ivy League. It's also shown that he's taken his SATs beforehand. That's the other reason why. And he's pursuing liberal arts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'd never be able to accomplish that. Did you just say he was a farmer's son?
Yeah, he was a farmer's son, born and brought up in a village.
Oh,
His second
man.
language was English. Like, he didn't start learning English till the 6th grade.
How much did he get in English?
He got a 97 in English, 95 math, 99 political science, and 100 in history and economics.
Oh man, bro,
I'm just laughing at myself right
bro,
now.
I'm sitting here and looking at my English marks and I'm wondering what
Exactly,
the fuck
right? Us here who learned English since we were born, and then he comes out of nowhere and bam.
Yeah, but then, dude, you gotta give him credit, dude. Like he must have put in like an immense amount
Yeah,
of hard.
exactly, right? Like, from where
Yeah.
he's been, the only reason he is allowed to go there is because of his scholarship and hard work. Put that to waste, no matter what
No matter what.
major
No,
he's taking.
he's obviously gonna take up the chance at it because like his parents are farmers and they won't probably afford an Ivy League college. But then since he got a full
Exactly.
ride,
They can't afford a lot of colleges. Forget abroad,
Yeah.
even in India.
one of the government ones like NIT.
True. It is true.
Yeah. But then, man, that's quite impressive, you know.
Exactly. He's gotten handwritten letters from admissions officers.
Like from
Yeah.
oh god.
As soon as his marks got released and he told the college,
Pretty damn.
he got his full ride with handwritten letters.
Wow.
And
But
like
then-
his main goal right now is to come back and return to India after his education and help his family, since they helped him get along all the way.
You know, I respect that, man. That's actually quite a nice goal.
Yeah.
Give back to
How
who
much-
gives to you.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually quite nice. And you know, is it possible? Is there a possibility that is there anywhere written on the article about his SAT score? How much he scored on that?
It doesn't say how much he scored on it.
But then
But-
again, yeah, it must have
Yeah,
been pretty high.
Taking it itself is pretty. Yeah. Ivy
Yeah,
League
to eat-
means it
to
better be
even-
high.
Yeah, to even apply to it must have been like a 1580 plus or something like that. You know,
Not that high. 1,500 is
But-
enough.
1500. I mean, I wrote the SAT once and I didn't even care about it. So I was all on the JE track. So I was planning.
I was never on the track. I was on my SAT happily.
Yeah.
Just reading
Yeah, so
paragraphs.
I wasn't on any track. I'm gonna be honest.
Were you going to do something in Germany or something?
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like something that Dashant would do. The chill in Germany, sitting there.
Yeah, I was too lazy to learn
Everybody-
German.
You're
had
too
to
lazy
learn
to learn.
German for
Free
that.
education if you just learn German, though.
I
Yeah,
know.
Isn't there I heard in the UK that they have free education like up to 10th grade or something like that. High school is free for the UK.
I mean, like, if you think of that,
That-
even India has government schools, though. Obviously,
yeah, but then again, the
standard-wise, it's
government
different,
schools are like,
but like,
yeah, exactly. But
you're
yeah,
getting something.
all right. Yeah, exactly.
All right, fine.
That is true.
This segment's getting depressing. Thinking about all our marks. Now, let Akshat talk about his headline. What's yours?
Yes. So basically, there's some really positive news. A good update on the coronavirus vaccine.
Finally.
So basically,
Finally.
yeah, exactly. So anyway,
Has it?
so about the Oxford. No, I think it's been like 6 months since the lockdown and everything began. So yeah. So anyway, the Oxford COVID-19 vaccine. That's what they said on the headline that it may be expected today. But then this is what they said. COVID-19 is spreading at a rapid rate every day, and it seems they have about 23 potential vaccines which have already reached phase 3 of clinical trials. If you guys don't know what phase 3 is, basically they're going to bring like a large amount of volunteers, and then they're going to check how the vaccine works, if there are any side effects or anything that they if they look over something, and how does it work with different blood groups and stuff like that. The final one comes to phase 4, which is I think mass production. I'm not sure. So yeah, basically Oxford, as it's written here, they're at the forefront of the COVID-19 vaccine development. They're naming it SARS-CoV-2. That's what the vaccine is called. And there's also a development about another vaccine, which is known as the AstraZeneca. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna butcher the spelling because I can't pronounce this to save my life. But yeah, so basically, it's a vaccine candidate.
Should take time, right? Because to find out symptoms, at least
Yeah,
you should
exactly.
wait a month or 2 weeks ish.
Yeah. So that's one thing. But they developed the vaccine within 3 months, and they have done phase 1 testing is done. It's a pretty big deal because usually a vaccine would take about 2 or 3 years to make. Imagine being in lockdown for 2 or 3 years, dude. Oh my god, that would.
What do you think 2020 is the end of it?
So fingers crossed.
Yeah, of course.
But CNN released in other news. I don't want to make this even more depressing, but apparently some dude in Africa went hunting, and he ate something, and he started a bubonic plague. I'm not sure how true this is.
No. That's one. I don't know if that's true, but then there are bubonic plague cases found in China right now. So basically what happened is the Chinese authorities, they stepped up a precautionary method. So basically, he got the infectious disease, and the bubonic plague is going to spread all across.
But they're saying have vaccines for that?
I think we do, because it was before called the Black Death in the 14th century.
We probably would have had vaccines for that.
Yeah, we do have vaccines for it, but it killed 50 million people back then. And what people are saying is this may be a much more powerful strain.
Okay, that makes sense.
A stronger version of the.
But we have something to build upon, so it's easier to find.
Exactly. Easier to find, and I don't think it's gonna affect us
as much
that
as
hard.
COVID-19.
But then again, there was one more thing about COVID-19, about India trying to release its vaccine by August 15th. I don't know why they wanted to do that. They were skipping phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3
if you think about it, if India does succeed, it would be so much for our scientists, right?
Yeah, I know. That's true. But then I don't think the way they were going about it was right. Because they're just rushing. So,
you can say that, but I can argue that the way the other people are doing it is too slow for development.
Yeah, but but then again, you have to take precautions because this is something that's going to get injected within us. It's going to build antibodies. So
make sure.
Modi said, yeah, exactly. So Modi said, it's coming out on August. Exactly.
No retries.
So Modi.
Nishan.
Stop interrupting randomly, bro. That static voice of yours.
Yeah, man. But but the thing is, Modi was like, we're gonna bring out the COVID-19 vaccine by August 15th, and the scientists was just came in and were like, nah, we ain't doing that. It's not possible.
It's like Trump just came and stopped it.
But that's about it for my headlines. So Nishan.
Okay, I guess I'm the last one. And
you are the last one.
Yeah, it took me a while to find this. And news is count 1, 2. All right, just me. Okay. All right. This news is a month old, and all right, I'm just gonna.
What's the headline?
Dive in. Austria, man fined for farting with full intent at the police.
Farting.
Yeah.
They got fined for farting.
You're joking, right? This isn't
and guess
right?
how much? Just guess.
I don't know how to guess.
I don't think that's a crime, bro.
Just give me a number. Give me a number. I want a number right now. Let's see how cool.
Probably 100.
Yeah, maybe. It must be 20 pounds or something. I don't know.
Bro, I don't
it's
think
500 euros. 5.
Wait, what? 500
euros.
Bro, are you sure you're not just shitting with us right now?
It's $565.
What if he did it by mistake though?
I think he did. Maybe the police officer was just on a bad day.
Yeah, some bad mood going on.
The police in court made sure that full intent was written down on paper.
Oh my god.
How do you have full intent over a fart, bro?
I'm just gonna dive right into the article. A man in Vienna has been fined 500 euros for breaking wind loudly in front of the police. A move that the Austrian capital's police force was at pains to defend on Tuesday. The newspaper reported that the fine stemmed from an incident on June 5th and that the offender was fined for offending public decency. City police wrote on Twitter that, of course, no one is reported for accidentally letting one go.
Right. But like, how do you classify what's on accident and what's on purpose?
I don't know, man. Ask the police of Vienna. Take that to Twitter right now.
What do you want me to ask them? Yo, how do I fart on accident?
What's up, ho?
How do you fart on accident?
It's like, oh shit, bro, I'm walking next to the police. I shouldn't fart now?
Yeah, you shouldn't, man. You don't know. Maybe they got some inspiration from this.
Oh, this makes this makes a little more sense. They added that the man had behaved provocatively and uncooperatively during an encounter with officers that proceeded.
That makes so much more sense.
But you could still, but you still can't have full control.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, you could just be like.
But like, if you're
you
gonna
be an
bad
asshole and still
to
not
the
have
police,
control over your asshole.
Okay. You didn't have to put it like that.
Nishant, this dude fucking good, I swear to God.
That's it?
Yeah. No. So you were saying, Nishant?
Yeah. So he got up from a park bench, looked at officers, and let go a massive intestinal
So he got
wind.
on a bench. Okay, so that makes sense.
No, he got up from a bench.
Mm-hmm.
He got up from a park bench and looked at the officers and let go of a massive intestinal wind, apparently with full intent. They said, and
I have a question. If he's looking at the police,
so much.
Won't the fart be the other way?
I think he turned around.
You just said he looked at the police.
They didn't mention. He looked at them and turned around, dude.
I mean, like,
it's supposed to be a 1 minute read. I don't think they wanna specify how many it was.
Keep reading right now, probably everything.
Swear to God. Bro, you know, with all the things going on with the police force in the US and everything, and then now this.
They just arrested
But the cops were they were real butthurt.
Yeah, quotations on the butt part. Yeah, they're super butthurt.
And shout out to your butt puns.
Dude, but like, you know, that's absurd, man. You can't charging £500 for fucking farting.
Euros.
I mean, you know, maybe 500 euros, but then again, maybe there was, you know, he must have done some other, you know, derivative. Oh my God, you're right. Holy
no,
fucking shit.
the prices haven't released
bro.
yet, right?
Nah, it's not released. No. What they said is like, you know, there's gonna be a price.
You got me all excited for a bonus hot headline.
No. But the prices are expected to be, you know, a little higher, like $100 higher. Because the same with the games. Now, before games were like $60, now they're gonna be $70. That's like some 7,000, 8,000 rupees for a game.
Exactly.
You guys think they're gonna be, you know?
I ain't spending so much.
Yeah, just download
on like one game, guys. That's absurd. That's actually absurd.
I feel like they'll start doing like game passes and stuff where you like buy subscription to games.
That's what Xbox is doing right now.
I mean, that makes so much sense. So like everybody who partners with Xbox, they get people to play their game.
Yeah, they do. And then, you know, they have that Xbox Live Pass.
Yeah,
exactly. Google introduced this whole new thing. Google introduced this whole new thing called Google Stadia.
Yeah, I saw
it flopped so fucking hard. It flopped so hard, dude. Like, oh my God. It wasn't functional. Apparently, there was like a 3-second, 4-second input lag with the controller. So like, imagine playing a competitive game.
Yeah, so basically, it's pretty weird though. But like, their idea about it was pretty good. You could say like,
the idea was good.
Okay, you don't want to spend too much money on a console. You can spend money on the games. But the execution was really bad.
Now here's where Xbox comes in, you know, their console, okay, fine. That's maybe the PS4 may win an exclusive and all. But this Game Pass, instead of paying $70 for one game, you can have the Xbox Live Game Pass and just play any game you want for like an hour or two, so which is actually quite good. Like for a day, an hour or two, which is actually quite good.
You can afford it too.
You know,
like,
this actually,
especially for like games like GTA 5, which you like a lot of people stopped the game after the story.
Nah, dude. Yeah, I know. No.
I guess we just got a bonus hot headline right now.
All right. What's it? Just now. Bring it in.
This one was it. I was just trying.
Okay. Bro. All right. No, but then you have to think, dude. Like, Xbox just stole Google's idea and implemented it better. So this may be the point where Xbox finally wins the console war and PS4 can stop shitting on it.
I guess, yeah.
I'm serious.
Especially with the color.
Yeah.
At least, especially with the switch in the colorways. White? Really? White? PS5 is gonna go with white.
Hey. No, they have a black version too, bro. They have a black version too. So don't worry about it.
You can put skins on the thing, right? You don't have to worry about color that much.
Wait,
but color is
customization?
Okay,
that's a Nishant thing to say. Okay, you know what? No. Maybe he has a point. But like some people who like to collect consoles rather than play them. And there's some people who do that. Yeah, exactly. Color is quite important. Yeah, it kind of does make sense. I do agree with that. Yeah. No, but yeah, that's about it. But yeah, we'll have to see how that turns out.
Okay, now is the time for our rating.
Yes, we're gonna rate
Anvesh's headline. How much are you giving it?
I think it was a pretty inspiring, story. It's like, it's just out there. There are many cases like that. But it's quite inspiring, motivational for people like us. We have resources with us, and most of us still don't achieve such things. So I think I'm gonna give it a rating of it's gonna be like an 8 out of 10. What about you?
Same for me, 8, definitely 8.
Alrighty.
Now
next. What?
Now Aksha's headline. Anvesh, how much are you giving him?
I'd give it a 9, bro. Like honestly, a solid 9 would do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Really? Why do you think so?
I mean, like, it makes sense, right? At least, see, I know that Akshat's thing could be true. I still don't know why people would charge 500 for a part.
You idiot! That's Nishant's headline.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I know Akshat's thing will be true.
Okay, I get it. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see.
Hopes.
What would you rate it, Nishant?
I don't know, because we're not sure about anything yet. So I would say I would actually say
I think I deserve
a 10.
A 7.
A 7? See, the perfect 7. It was a
okay, fine.
Okay.
All right, Nishant. All right, fine. A perfect 7. What about you, Anvesh?
A 9. I told you a 9.
A 9. Thank you so much.
All right, you both
now time for
are tied right now, and
all right.
And since you guys are tied,
what do we do?
Someone needs to win. So let's just not rate mine and go.
Give it a
okay. No.
I'm the host, man.
No. I'm gonna rate his 5 out of 10, man. Because
actually, I agree on this one.
No, I'll be honest. I think I'll give Nishant's rate. I think I'll give him a 6 out of 10. It's quite funny. I'm not gonna lie. Because it's quite absurd too.
But don't lie as well and come.
I'd give it an 8, bro. Like, it's funny, but like, I don't know how that's a headline though. Like, is it really important enough to be a headline?
It's like an absurd headline.
It's like one of those side
what if the dude was broke? What if the dude was broke? Just think about it. What if the dude was the Indian farmer who went abroad to study? And he had no money. And he just
so he just farted on the... No. You Nishant, you took this like way too far, bro. I don't know where you're going with this, bro. Holy shit. But then, yeah. So Anvesh, you gave it 8. No, right. Yeah, a solid 8, Nishant. Be happy with that.
Solid 8.
It's better than a 6.
Yeah, it is better than a 6. But I'm gonna give it a 6 because he gave me a 7. No, I'm just joking. I just find it absurd. That's no other reason.
Alright, now that we're done, you guys type in the comment section who wins that round.
Yeah.
Alright, boys. That's it.
I'm calling 10 views, bro. 10 views on our video. That's
our first video. That's good enough.
This is gonna be us.
Yeah. Alright, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be uploading another episode in like, I don't know, I think next week. Of course, until then, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and then share this with your friends because we want to take this somewhere. And yeah, that's gonna be a good night from me. Good night, guys, and see you next time.